This video features high-end limited edition collectibles and is intended for adult collectors. Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
And this is another episode of our Collectors Corner podcast where we discuss hot topics in the doll and toy industry centered on some of our favorite brands.
So today we'll be talking about all the Integrity Toys dolls that have been announced since we last talked about them.
It's been quite a few.
Yes, it's been quite a few since the convention.
And you know what? We might end up reviewing some of these too. So
Yeah. Quite a few of these we did not purchase too. So Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so basically in total, we're going to be discussing the new Meteor dolls, former IT designer Vaughn Sawyer's final batch of releases. We are going to be talking about the Prismatica True Collection. We're going to be talking about the latest Jason Wu fashion pack. We're going to be talking about the Poppy Parker Club doll and the special Poppy Parker Valentine's Day release. And the finale of the conversation is going to be, much anticipated return of NU.Face collections. It was a capsule collection that they revealed recently. But yeah, NU.Face collectors have been a little deprived for a little while, particularly if you did not get a chance, to attend the last con.
Yes.
And as a last minute inclusion, we will also be talking about the new W Club exclusive Vanessa gift set.
Let's jump straight into it. So we're going to talk about the last Meteor collection that Vaughn was involved in. This is his last two dolls, and these two girls were available as a made-to-order club opportunity. So any club member could purchase these. So these dolls are $165 plus shipping and handling.
So cheap for Vaughn dolls.
Well, if you look at them, you can see why.
Yeah. So the first one we're going to be talking about is Gala Glow Up Yuri Okoti. And yeah, she is part of the Meteor collection.
So both of these dolls are wearing very simple dresses, gowns, which is kind of unusual for Vaughn, because Vaughn likes layers and he loves a lot of big poofy outfits, which isn't necessarily our style, and it's still not our style. This dress is very simple, and I think a lot of collectors pointed out that, yeah, as a final collection, this really doesn't scream Vaughn at all.
No, I would say, considering what we're used to seeing from Vaughn in Meteor and Monarchs and everything, this almost feels like budget doll looks by IT and Vaughn standards.
Yeah, people are saying if you take out the bracelets and the purse, this looks kind of like a basic doll, something that retails for $100 that IT has in the shop.
It's cute. I mean, Yuri has this floor length or almost floor length gown that has a dramatic slit down the middle, which is pretty,
and a plunging neckline. I like her makeup. It's a little drastic, dramatic. And she has her gap tooth, which is really cool. She's just so simple for the price point. I don't think she's worth the price. Her bag is cute.
Yeah, I don't really have a ton else to say about this one. She is pretty simple. It's a pretty dress, but yeah, that's a lot of money for this simple of a doll. There's two total, so the other doll is Seductive Navia Fan. They're IT's only canonically Vietnamese character.
She looks Southeast Asian here, which is a plus. I really don't like the screening, to be honest with you. It's my least. It's
giving Carolyn a little bit.
Yeah.
It's very scrunched features.
Yeah.
As in the proportions of her facial features don't match her head size.
I really like
high cheekbones and I think this screening emphasizes that proportions of that. Yeah.
I mean, I really love her first screening that appeared only once, and I'm very curious why they never used it again. And so I'm hoping they use that screen again. It makes her look a little softer. She looks a little too angry here and a little too ceiling eye for me. Her dress is cute. It's very risque.
Yes. It's the crisscrossed over the bust style.
A lot of boobies popping out.
Yes. It's almost giving me kind of a slightly high fashion spin on Jasmine's like prisoner hourglass look. It
yeah.
makes me sort of think of that. Yeah, because it's also very like flaming red is like her color scheme. I think it's a fun, sexy look. I like Navia in general. I do agree that this is not the greatest screening on her. She's entirely red. Yes. Her dress is red, accessories are red, her lipstick is red. This is also, I would assume, this is the darkest skin tone we've seen her in, I feel like.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, yeah. It's light, so she's in the light honey skin tone.
The skirt portion kind of reminds me of like a modified like ao dai dress. That's kind of the traditional Vietnamese dress a little bit. Maybe that's what's intentional, maybe not. I would love for IT to make an ao dai dress for her eventually, but yeah, it's not enough fabric for me to worth like 165 price point.
I would say if this was sold as like a basic edition doll or something like that, I might. Well, maybe if the screening is different, I was like, yeah. I would consider her. But yeah, these two dolls have some fun like elements to them, but they're too expensive.
Yeah,
they're too expensive.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. I wish Vaughn's final collection would have been a bit more of what we expect from Vaughn. These seems like basic dolls that are priced a little higher than.
Yeah. I definitely hope we see more of Navia.
Yeah.
There's not very many IT like Asian characters in general.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, so that's the Meteor collection. I believe someone might be taking over it eventually. I know IT is hired 2 more designers, so we'll see if what their take on Meteor and Monarchs is gonna be, because I think that's what they're hired for. So we'll see.
So we're gonna move on to the Tula Bell True & Co. So this is the Prismatica collection, which we already, mentioned that, kind of the teaser of this was unveiled at the Stilettos Out convention, and we were very excited about it because it was promised to be like Y2K, loosely like K-pop, early 2000s influenced, and it looked colorful and pastel and all this stuff. I'm gonna say off the bat, collectively, Sang and I own this entire collection, so I feel like there's a solid chance we're going to end up reviewing these. Our last True review did pretty well, so I'm gonna say we're probably not gonna do a crazy deep dive, but while we do not have them on hand, we'll discuss our first impressions.
Okay. So, honestly, this collection would have been a huge, nice surprise if we didn't get that little teaser at the convention. I think the teaser, his mood board kind of...
It created maybe too much, fanfare.
Yeah, over too much hype over it. And I think this collection is,
For one, I think the standard that the previous True collection set was a high bar. Those of you who follow us know Sang and I are Tula Bell stans.
Yes.
We love Tula Bell. And the True collection was fantastic on the by and large. They also... amazing value, many layers and accessories, and for reasonable IT price points too. This collection didn't offer so much of that, so it was a little and then it's hard because we had that early hype from Con, so you start building expectations and all this stuff, and so when it was revealed, now don't get me wrong, there's some very cute stuff here, so we'll go ahead and get into it.
Well, really quick, so part of the thing I was hoping or expecting was, to me, Y2K, because we grew up in the Y2K kind of fashion era.
Don't tell them that.
I think the problem is Y2K to me is a lot of mix match, a lot of layers and things thrown together, really thin things. But
Ashley Tisdale at that little
I think of Disney runway or a red carpet premiere look, and Tula Bell kind of looks that part, but I was thinking layers, thin layers, little crop tops and skirts and jeans underneath, that kind of thing.
So we're first, by the way, so we'll start with the first dolls. Adored Tula Bell True. So it's, you know, the Tula Bell.
And this one does look a little like Ashley Tisdale, kind of like.
She does.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, honestly, the whole thing, pulling her look together and making it not feel kind of budget, like the previous dolls we discussed, is the statement, like, bow purse that adds, like, a big, you know, shoulder accessory. I actually think, I'm sure it's based on something.
Yeah.
I would assume
I would assume so, yeah.
I assume it has a fashion inspiration, but it's really cute.
Yeah, and she sparkles. Like, every piece on her has kind of a sparkle. Even the purse with the bow has kind of like a pearlescent sheen on it. And, you know, Tula Bell looks gorgeous. I love her hair. Like a twist knot kind of look to it. She's definitely the best one in the collection for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And she definitely looks Y2K.
Yeah. My initial knee-jerk reaction to her was not phenomenal, but I think, again, that's my bar is high for both Tula Bell and, again, the True collection.
Yeah.
The hair is really cute. I think recently we've seen Tula Bell in so many, like, fun, like, playful hairstyles. You know, the True collection release, she had, like, short pink hair, and, you know, she had, like, blunt cut, like, bangs, and, you know, Yeti for it. We love Yeti for it, Tula Bell.
Yeah.
But this is cute. I am very curious. Every time I see an IT promo picture with long hair, I have to wonder if there's going to be a Hairgate situation. And I'm like, are these dolls going to have hair that's, like, as long, like, you know, in person? But she is super cute, and I would agree she's probably... my favorites of the collection. Oh,
and I love her necklace. It says love. It does remind me of, like, the NUFace choker that we got several times over before, where it reads NUFace, but this one reads love, and it's bedazzled. So it's really cute.
Definitely. And she's in kind of, you know, it's like, I was going to say, because you mentioned she looked kind of, like, sparkly. I feel like her denim stuff looks kind of shimmery.
Yeah, I think it has kind of like sparkle to it.
Yeah, so that I could see this looking really nice in person. So we're excited for that. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize the love necklace has, like, little iridescent rhinestones. That's adorable. Love that. And her top has the
lame
kind of
threaded tinsel.
Tula Bell, you know, as we say, Tula Bell never misses. So we just have high expectations for her. So next we have 3 of Hearts, Hollis Hughes. And
she,
you know,
makes a second appearance. It's her second appearance.
Looking at the title again, she does have a very loose, almost like Alice in Wonderland, like, vibe in a sense. But
she's giving Barbie fashionista.
I mean, her outfit certainly is. I think the thing is these, like, hemlines, and just the way the outfit's constructed, it is really giving, like, Playline.
And you know what? Honestly, Playline has done better with lace ruffles. Someone pointed out that like the ruffle dress that's on that Shadow High doll,
Monique Verbena.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her ruffle dress is stunning. I mean, expect that from, like, Playline, but this is a $150 doll, and it has very noticeable seam line, and it's all one solid color. Like, this doesn't scream Y2K to me.
No, it does scream Barbie. But, you know, the Hollis from the previous True collection, I ended up liking her a lot more than I expected to. I think Hollis has a pretty face. This one, I feel like, is a little more camp and fun. I do think, her outfit is a little too budget leaning, but her hair is light pink, and I believe this, like, powdery pink, we saw this before on Colette?
I believe it's the same. Yeah, it's the same as It Girl Magic Colette.
Off-duty Colette, so I feel like, and she has, like, you know, like, hot pink lips, and I feel like everyone was talking about her earrings. She does have really cute earrings. I saw people saying, like, I just want her earrings. Like, give me her earrings. The heart earrings are super cute.
Yes.
So I would say the doll is more successful than the full look. I do think her little, like, ribbon lavender stockings are cute, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's elements that are cute. I think the dress part could have used more layers or like a jacket or something to really sell it. The construction of the dress I don't like.
Oh, Y2K, they totally would have added like a jacket or something
Yeah.
over something like this too. Yeah, that's very true. So next we have Bubble Up Lark Lawrence.
Yes. Last time Lark made an appearance was in the Style Lab that we went to from...
Lux Life?
Lux Life, yeah. She was giving very American Girl aesthetic. This one here has a cute little like sequence bubble dress with like a cute little pink bra top underneath. So that's a separate piece. But
She has layers.
She has layers.
Yeah, she has like a layer.
I think her selling point is her gorgeous iridescent necklace piece.
I want the necklace so bad. This is the only doll I skipped from this collection. Sang got her, but I want this necklace so bad.
It's stunning.
The necklace looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of iridescent rhinestone danglies and stuff. Yeah, it's super gorgeous.
Some people are saying she gives kind of like Paris Hilton.
I've been hearing that, yeah. Lark is not my favorite sculpt. I don't own any Larks, I'm pretty sure. And the dress, I mean, I generally love bubble dresses. This particular style of the sequin patterning, as we've discussed multiple times on the channel, like you need to be careful with like doll sequins because depending on the application, it can give just like a cheap feel. I'm not the hugest fan of the aesthetic of like the little line swirls of sequins.
Yeah, the sequins make it look extra bulky.
Yeah, so it's the type of sequin that I don't tend to love, but you know, she definitely has some cute accessories. I think we're seeing a continuing theme of these dolls are expensive for what you're getting. There is one boy in the collection, Precious Cargo Cabot Clark.
Is it Cabot or Cabo?
Cabo.
Cabot?
Cabot or Cabo Clark. We're just gonna call him Clark.
Yes.
So I think that he's adorable. I think it's really cute. I honestly, like, I cannot recall in recent history IT doing a male doll that's very, very like pastel, like, and kind of like cute, playful pastel clothing in this almost kind of like effeminate leaning like style.
Yeah, it's like almost like gender fluid kind of.
Yeah, I think it's so cute. I think he's also wearing a knitted little sweater that looks that piece is a great piece. I think it's a really cute, colorful like little sweater. He's wearing a crop top, which is so fun to see on a boy doll. And also the material on his pants looks like
it's similar to Tula Bell's. It's kind of that shiny,
that shimmer kind of, and he's wearing like cotton candy pink like shimmery pants. I think he's so fun.
Those pants are those like cargo pants are very like Y2K.
Yes. Yeah. And the doll himself he's redheadish. Yeah, he's like he's like ginger. And he has a birthmark. Does Cabot
no
always have a birthmark? Okay.
He drew that on.
Yeah, cute.
I skipped him. I think he's a little too loud for me, but the individual fashion pieces are really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really for kind of this aesthetic. Just like the gender fluid kind of look. And the outfit is very Y2K. Reminds me with the sunglasses on, like Elton John.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think he's a ton of fun. I mean, I need to see these dolls in person.
Yeah.
Before I pick a favorite, I need to see them in person.
Yeah. So, it is a little lackluster compared to the first collection, which we got a lot of stuff and 2 more dolls, I believe. So this is like a smaller like capsule collection. I was expecting from the vision board, more like Disney red carpet looks, or like new jeans, or like Twice's talk kind of aesthetic. here, it kind of like I said, it looks like Barbie fashionista.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm looking at this and seeing, if you showed me this with no context, and I don't know if I would guess, like, oh, that's definitely like a Y2K themed, you know, collection. It looks very pastel.
And colorful.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like a pastel collection, and, you know, we love pastels. But, yeah, you know, stay tuned. Like I said, you know, there's a decent likelihood we're reviewing those.
And, you know, our opinion might change once we see them in person, so.
Yes.
So part of the special Dolly Day this year, they had a special right to buy lottery for a special Jason Wu fashion pack. This one is called Down for Glamour. It is just the fashion here. So the Ameline doll that's modeling it is not part of the thing you're buying. And a lot of people are saying, like, I wish this Ameline was available to purchase.
Yeah.
This Ameline her screening makeup kind of looks like the Ameline that we got at the convention.
What Ameline is that?
So this is a prototype that has not been released. So I think it might be available later on, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, this was a little bit of a questionable move that they had the model of this fashion pack be a doll that isn't available.
It kind of looks like there's like gold eyeshadow and like the light green eyes.
I think the model one looks better because I definitely remember that convention one feeling really wall-eyed.
Yes.
So the Ameline that's saying is making comparisons to, by the way, is 2020's legendary convention Celebration Ameline.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same doll. It's not like this one got a reroute. It's a new Ameline. I'm sure they're gonna release it eventually.
Yes. So it seems like this is so these looks, by the way, are based on basically like a combination of two separate looks from Jason Wu's fall 2022 ready to wear collection. I think the like ruffle almost like it looks like a
twist bow.
It looks like a twisted kind of bow. Yeah. Crop top and then skirt, I think is cute.
It definitely looks better in human scale. I think that's the problem with a lot of these Jason Wu.
It looks so it fits so differently in human scale.
Yeah, and like the skirt itself looks more like lace.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doll itself looks kind of like a stretchy.
It almost fits more like a pencil skirt, like kind of in the like it hugs her body a lot more than the life size
the one looks flowy.
Yeah, so definitely doesn't have the same aesthetic, and it comes with a trench.
And the trench itself looks a lot better in human scale as well.
Yeah,
the doll one looks like kind of like a duvet, kind of like comforter, like a little more puffy.
It is, yeah, that's true. I did not buy this. I'm assuming you didn't either. Yeah, so we skipped this. You know, let us know your thoughts. It
was $85. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, this next thing we're going to talk about was a really exciting reveal. Like, it was like, this was one of those reveals I kind of feel like where it's like, oh wow, like, you know, I was not expecting that. The third club doll for 2024 was Return to Misty Hollows Poppy Parker, which is, of course,
so she was a follow-up to Misty Hollows, Poppy Parker, which was a club doll, I believe, in 2017. So the year before we joined the W Club, I went back and purchased Misty Hollows because I think she's one of the best poppies. Her price nowadays are
and he paid a lot for her then.
Yes.
I can only imagine what she goes for now. That poppy is a huge grail. And she's very beautiful. She's very gothic. This one, I feel like, takes the gothic theme even further.
I feel like this one takes the gothic theme but made it more like almost like Spanish-esque.
Sort of, yeah. Kind of that, kind of a little more outwardly like Wednesday Addams, like Halloween. Like this is a great like Halloween doll. She has a lot of lace. I would say her main dress is easily my favorite piece. I love like the embroidery on it and like the beading that almost looks like little berries. Like I like the color. It's like a magenta like kind of color. I love, the lacy. I'm assuming that's probably a separate. Is it separate?
No, it's the same.
It's attached.
Yeah.
Okay, so the lacy trim on her, like her kind. Does she have kind of a plunging neckline? I don't know,
guess so,
but you can't really see, like the ruffles. But there's a very lacy, billowing lacy trim on her collar and her sleeves. There's a part of me that wishes that was on the trim of like the bottom of the dress as well, because I feel like the dress just like stopping there. I feel like there could have been something else there. So I wish it had something on the trim.
To be honest, I don't mind not having a trim, but I think maybe she could have benefited from like maybe white stockings, like a lace white stocking,
some
maybe
contrast or something there. Yeah, I think it's something about. It's like all the exciting stuff is on the top half. Yeah. It's like, and then it's just very like monochrome, like on the bottom. But it is a really lovely outfit. Also, we have to talk about. I mean, it's Poppy, so her face is often beautiful. This is the Spicy in Spain screening. I think so. It's forward facing, and she has gray eyes and purple eyeshadow, and this like she has like plum lips. I think she looks really beautiful.
I think it really works here because I think, remember, we talked about how Swiss Misbehave has the same screening, and I think the blue really washes her out, her eyes. This one here is very like seductive
and striking.
Yeah, striking.
I think this darker color palette works a lot better for the screening. Her face is stunning. I really like her hair too. I feel like we seen a hairstyle like this with like the like cascading curls that's this long, like on Poppy recently.
Young Romantic had like those really
Young Romantic. I think it's kind of. I feel like it's not identical to Young Romantic.
No, not at all.
But no. But the
ringlets, yeah.
Yes, but it's really cool. She has these long, like cascading ringlets. The doll is stunning. I'm a huge fan of the doll. We need to talk about her other outfit.
Okay, if we want to talk about top heavy, this secondary outfit is very top heavy. She has kind of those like big like bishop like sleeves, which creates kind of like almost like I want to use like kind of like soft serve like kind of top heavy. Yeah. And then she has these hot pants with these like suspenders,
skin tight hot pants on the bottom. So she has this massive puffy like shoulder padded Victorian top, and then these skinny little like booty shorts like underneath that. And they cut off at the upper thigh as well. I don't know if I feel like just the construction of the outfit here doesn't feel totally cohesive. I've also heard some people say it kind of feels like it elongates her neck.
Yeah,
it makes her it makes her proportions kind of out of whack. Like it causes an illusion of like what her arm length is and elongates her neck, and there's a lot of things going on here that are kind of like interesting. I almost feel like maybe this would be better paired with like a dress or something, or skirts, like some sort of like voluminous skirt. The hot pants don't feel like they pair with that puffy of a shirt.
In that era, kind of like...
It's very Victorian, although I don't know if in Victorian...
No, I'm saying it doesn't fit with that.
The hot pants do not. The hot pants do not.
You're not supposed to be showing your ankle.
No. She does also have a little mirror. Isn't there something on the mirror?
No, I think it's just...
It makes it look like there's something on the mirror.
It's a ghost. I think it's just for...
That's just for show in the promos? Okay. So apparently, the doll is wearing an outfit inspired by, shout out to Fashion Doll Chronicles for sharing these inspirations. She's wearing a dress inspired by 2 Oscar de la Renta outfits from the 1968 fall collection.
I think it's a pretty accurate.
It is. I think I like the little accents that David added, I think for a little more color contrast and to make it more like gothic kind of feeling. Yes, I absolutely bought her. I think the overall package is great. Yeah, she's $175. You know, she's a gift set. Okay, so next we're going to talk about another poppy.
Yeah, this one came out of the blue. There was no heads up that we were getting another poppy. So this one is Be Mine Poppy Parker, and she is the Valentine's Day doll, special doll, and she was ready to ship when the winners were announced, and we didn't win. I was so sad.
Yeah, I did not enter for her. Apparently, I should have entered for Sang because she sold out and not everyone got her. Her W Club price was $175 because she's technically like a gift set.
Yeah, and she was an edition side of $1,200.
Yeah, which nowadays apparently is not enough for Poppy.
Yeah, for a while they were doing like $2,000 or more for edition size for Poppy, and there's some people who were complaining that was too much. Well, clearly now she's not enough, but whatever. Yeah,
I would say the doll herself, we've gotten quite a few Poppies that have this hairstyle, or a hairstyle similar to this, and a red lip and this skin tone, and
I mean, she has the same hair as Gold Season.
Yes.
The style,
yeah. So we've seen that many times. It is, her eyeshadow is sort of interesting. It's sort of like a nude, gold leaning nude. So it's kind of a cute eyeshadow. What screening is this?
That is the Tears Go By screening.
I don't know her. But yeah, I think she is cute. She's pretty. I would say, just generally speaking, I don't personally think this is a super unique Poppy doll.
But, Poppy collectors love kind of that neutral palette.
Yes, incredibly versatile. This is a very, very, very versatile Poppy. Her outfits are really cute. She was wearing a whole bunch of Valentine's Day themed outfits. I do like her little red dress. It makes me think of one of the old school like children's stories, or is it
Madeline?
Madeline?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Madeline. It makes me think of Madeline.
It definitely rhymes Madeline. She definitely needs a belt, because I think the way it ends right at her waist, it's a little drastic, and I think that's a problem with a lot of Poppies lately. It makes her kind of shapeless. So she needs a belt, and I think the original dress that is inspired by it, which we'll put up here, was styled with a belt. So she definitely needs a belt. It's a cute dress. She looks like she's going to school or going on a date. It's
a very cute, youthful Poppy. I do think. I agree with saying there are one or two construction notes on it, but overall it is a very cute dress. Her alternate look is even more playful, and it adds a splash of pink. She's wearing a really cute sweater top.
I think that's really cute. I think they were able to capture kind of that knitted look of that down to that size.
Yeah.
It's very cute. And then she has a polka dotted shirt underneath. Very cute.
Really long socks too. The socks go above the knee.
Yeah.
They're almost thigh length socks. With little stripes. I think the color scheme is very cute, very Valentine's Day. And does she have she has flat feet? Yes. I think this Poppy is very cute. Her accessories are great. I do really like her little bouquet. I feel with this, so her packaging, the packaging looks really cute. It looks enormous. So
I think David held it up to his face, and it's literally like ginormous.
That was one of the reasons I ended up not entering for her. I'm just like, you know, I need to control myself to some extent. We have other things coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's really large and I need to calm down on huge gift sets. I'm like running out of space for the big gift sets. I will say with this cute like chocolate heart box packaging, I wish she came with chocolates. She should have come with like little chocolate accessories.
Oh, like a little miniature. Like,
yeah, she should have come with chocolates. I think that would have been cute.
I thought you meant like real chocolate. I don't think so.
I mean, that would be fun. No. I got melted chocolate on my $175 doll.
Yeah.
No, but I think chocolate accessories would have been great for this.
Yeah, but she's very cute.
Yeah.
I hope people who bought her are happy.
I hope you're happy. So, one thing we definitely do need to notice is we heard that recently people have started receiving this poppy, and
first of all, she's gorgeous. To me, she looks a little too mature. I think the red lips really like matures her. There is a bit of controversy. So her secondary outfit has a really cute kind of like knitted vest sweater. And people have noticed that when they open it and put it on Poppy, it's actually really short. It becomes kind of a...
like it stops at her bust.
Yes.
Like
it honestly looks like a bra, like a sports bra.
Yeah. Personally, of course, we do not have this doll on hand. We don't have her in person. But based on the pictures that are like being shared across the W Club forum and stuff, I don't think it looks very good. Or it looks kind of awkward.
Yeah.
I think. So from what we've been seeing and hearing, people are really upset about that. I can very much see why. It's a really noticeable difference from the promo images.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can't really make an argument that they're the same piece. It seems like it's missing a huge chunk where like the under the bust, like the one that people are actually getting, it kind of ends before even like the bust plate even ends.
Yeah. It almost looks like an error. Like it's like it was not cut properly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a big yikes to consider if you for whatever reason don't have this doll and we're trying to pursue her otherwise.
Part of me, the reason why I wanted her was the sweater. The secondary outfit looks really cute. But yeah, the final product looks really not up to IT standard or my standards. Yeah.
So very recently at this time of recording, IT hosted a live stream where designer Jesse Ayala, hopped on and shared the live unveiling of his newest NUFace capsule collection called AudioVisual. And kind of like what I was mentioning earlier, NUFace fans, and we've kind of touched on this here and there, like over the past year or two, NUFace fans have been a little deprived. I feel like that was one of the reasons, aside from the fact that it had never happened before, but one of the reasons that the NUFace Style Lab at Stilettos Out was such a huge deal is there have not been very many dedicated NUFace collections for over the past
for a
few years time. At this point. Yeah,
we actually haven't received like a full NUFace collection in quite a while.
And this is a capsule collection, so it's like a micro collection. It's only 3 dolls.
And I think the last NUFace collection was the Moments. So could you even consider those?
They don't count. So yeah, NUFace fans, I think especially those who were not able to make it to convention, have been kind of deprived over the past few years.
Yeah, and Jesse is very protective of his NUFace dolls. So even the guest designers don't really get to play with NUFace characters. So if you didn't go to the convention, I think the only NUFace dolls this year that you received was the upgrade doll, which we will review eventually.
So we say.
Yes. And then, of course, the club doll Imogen. So that was the only 2 dolls you can get besides convention and, of course, this new collection.
Yes, so...
Oh, should we talk about like kind of like the backstory behind this collection? So the idea was the NUFace agency had opened up a new branch in Tokyo. So basically they're landed like a new agency
yeah.
in Japan, where they're now modeling for like an top tier Japanese electronic company. So that's kind of the story behind this. I don't know how long they're gonna keep up with this, whatever, but the idea was these are Japanese characters.
Yes, which was teased at Con. You know, we shared that in the vlog and discussion video, that there'd be a new, NUFace division. This line also makes use of the updated breastplate, so kind of like a tweaked aspect of, the body sculpt, which we also previously discussed. It was on the Stilettos Out Welcome Doll Imogen.
So the new updated bust isn't something that's replacing the old bust. Like, it would be used concurrently with the regular standard bust. It's just Jessie said certain head sculpts are smaller, so the newer busts will make the neck and head look more proportionate.
So the first doll unveiled in this collection, I have to say there was quite a build up to her, because in the live stream, Jessie was like saying all this stuff. He's like, yeah, like she has like, an almost like Sailor Moon influenced like silhouette, and like, she is, she's colorful, and she's, da-da-da-da. So I had some expectations in my head when he said those things, and I have been wanting like anime Sailor Moon inspired IT dolls for a million years. The unveiling was holographic Novi, who is a new character that repurposes the Ayumi Nakamura 3.0 sculpt.
Which is the current Ayumi sculpt that is still in circulation. We just received her in the Style Lab.
Yeah.
So Ayumi's not going anywhere. It's just she has a digital model twin.
So this doll, she has a like a Hime style haircut, which is really cute. She's a digital model. Yes. Which means, and that's like her storyline. And she is in the Nubian skin tone, which I don't think we have ever seen Ayumi's sculpt in the Nubian skin tone.
It's kind of interesting. There was a lot of discussion in the past about how similar Ayumi 3.0 sculpt compared to Naja sculpt. Like, they both have really big lips and kind of like squinty eyes. So there's a lot of conversation how like, oh, maybe they were like made around the same time, or they're like prototypes of each other. And now that Ayumi's in the Nubian skin tone, she does look very similar to Naja.
Yeah, my take on kind of the repurposing the sculpt and like the new character aspect is, I do wish for this concept that just a new sculpt had been created, or one that is not currently in circulation was used. Because Ayumi is already like an underused character. Like, we don't see her as much as I would like to. So her already getting like repurposed, her main current sculpt getting repurposed for another character, I have mixed feelings about. I kind of wish this was just a new sculpt.
So Navi has a new screening. She still uses the Ayumi sculpt, but it's a new screening that's specifically for her. I'd rather it's just a new Ayumi screening, and it's Ayumi. I mean, Ayumi's very, Japanese. Just transfer her to the new division.
Yeah, I think that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
So the name Novi, it is spelled like Novae.
Yeah.
But for one, it makes me think of Novi Stars.
Yes.
MGA's alien line of dolls. But I am also curious, because she's a digital model and her name is Novi, it kind of made me think of Novice. The character referenced in aespa lore, and who herself is a virtual K-pop star. And I'm like, was there any like aespa inspiration sort of
well,
a little
Jessie
bit?
does like K-pop, so.
Yeah, this is these are supposed to be Japanese characters and everything, but yeah, I don't know. Novi made me think of Novice. I mean, this doll is very striking. I mean, leave it to Jessie to make like very unique, out of left field, you know, like creative choices. I think her trench coat, I do have to say, I mean, just bias warning, like trench coats in general, I think on fashion dolls don't tend to be my favorite thing in the world because I don't tend to love how they sit on a frame at this scale. I feel like it tends to drown the doll. I mean, I think if you kind of open it up, it's kind of cute. But it is, you know, it's a nice trench if you're like, if you're already a person who enjoys, you know, trench coats. I would definitely say
your main problem is it covers up the fashion underneath.
Yeah, and it's all solid color. It's just completely like lavender violet. And
I'm the opposite. I really like big coats. I think Jessie does. In general, IT does really well, like really good trench coats. Like here, the craft, like the tailoring for the coat is really cute. Like the flaps on the breast flaps, as well as like the pockets on the side. There's like seam works down the back. It's cute. But yeah, it's definitely like something like you wear a trench coat as the fashion piece rather than covers it up.
I think that's part of my problem too, is I feel like it is, yeah, it's a nicely constructed trench coat, but I don't know if I think it works for this theme. You know,
for me, it's like, I think the fashion underneath her is really cute.
Yeah. What kind of came to mind for me was like Yulala from Space Channel 5, or maybe even Hatsune Miku. You know, like when I think of like digital mascots, stuff like that. So usually I associate that more with like bold, colorful. I think the look she's wearing underneath the trench is very much more that. I think her like prismatical iridescent shirt is stunning. I really want that shirt.
I really like the skirt, like a little like pleated skirt.
The skirt is really cute as well. I think personally I prefer this look like without the trench coat, and I feel like it's more fitting to the theme. And she has a really cute pair of headphones.
Personally, I would, if Jessie was really going to for the Sailor Moon look, I think she could have used like a little bow on the shirt or something.
That would have been adorable.
I could have used a little bow. The shoes are very Sailor Moon-esque, like those really high boots. But yeah, I think like the top could have used like maybe a graphic or like a bow or something.
Yes, but I'm so in love with that shirt. It's like that's the main thing that makes me regret that I didn't pre-order her. I'm trying to reel in my IT spending in general, but I did not end up pre-ordering her. Maybe I'll beg our dealer for like, are there leftovers? Well, I'll see if I have a chance to see her in person.
Yeah, I purchased her. I pre-ordered her with our dealer, as well as the next doll we're going to talk about.
Yes. So next we have
Angelic Sound, Yuri. So a little backstory, Yuri and Kumi were two characters that IT introduced many years ago, part of I think the new fantasy line. They used what's later repurposed as the Eden and Lilith sculpt. So the character itself predates Eden and Lilith. And then, those two characters use Yuri and Kumi's sculpt. And now the characters are back with a brand new sculpt that Jessie made. It
is a very cute sculpt. I feel like they have kind of pouty lips,
chubby cheeks,
and maybe a slightly wider nose than some other dolls.
It definitely gives me Asian features.
She's very cute. Yes.
Granted, she doesn't have any Asian hair or eyes, but
no, she is blonde and blue-eyed.
And the really pale skin. Yeah.
Yes, she is gorgeous. I think this outfit, gorgeous. I think the construction of it, it's so cute and frilly and girly, and she almost has it looks like a high fashion sailor hat, almost kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit. And she comes with a microphone. She's such a pop star.
And the story, she's modeling like the microphone. She doesn't come with a lot, to be honest. I think she could have used a coat.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the outfit is kind of intricate. I mean, even though she's showing a lot of skin, the construction of the outfit is pretty intricate. There's a lot of
laces, ruffles,
is this
ribbon.
Do we think the base or like the top of the skirt is pleather?
I don't know.
Jessie tends to avoid pleather lately.
Anyway, her boots are pleather, but whatever.
That's true. Yeah. I love like pretty much everything here. The only thing, and you'll see when we start talking about the next doll, this was intentional, so I understand that the intent was like a black and white, kind of thing.
Yin yang.
Yeah. I do wish I would have loved to have seen this look with like some color pop or with more colorful. I think that would have been lovely.
The color pop is her, eyes.
There we go. Her purse is super cute. I think her purse is adorable. She is probably my favorite in the collection.
Yeah, mine too. And she's $175. Both her and Novi, they're both $175. So Yuri's definitely our favorite. But that's not the final doll. We do have a special right to buy lottery doll, which is Yuri's sister Kumi, who shares the same face sculpt. Her name is Demonic Strings Kumi. All these dolls are edition size of 1,400, and they're all $175.
Kumi is lottery.
Yeah.
So at this time of recording,
we don't know.
we do not know. Few things. We have noticed out the gate that this Kumi seems incredibly popular. Which, it's funny, again, we've said time and time again, when Jessie makes like bold swings, and I've noticed in particular when he makes kind of like goth leaning or like edgy, like, risque dolls, NUFace collectors tend to like really go for it. I think this Kumi is a lot of fun. She has a little more, variation, you could say, on her compared to Yuri, because she does have like some blue in her hair. She has like these like devil horn accessories that are funny and cute, and she's super edgy. She's like punk goth rock star is like the aesthetic. Evanescence vibes slightly. I do think she's really cool. I don't know if just the whole package is completely like my aesthetic personally. One other thing I did notice also about like her face and her head, I don't know what it is about the screening on her that she looks a little more like vacant eyed than her sister.
By the brown eyes, maybe?
Maybe for one, and then for another, I feel like maybe it's just these promo pictures, I don't know. It feels like her hair sits very like high on her head.
Maybe she has a big forehead?
Yeah, it has.
Well, she also has like a high ponytail, so it kind of keeps that illusion as well. Yeah, I'm glad one of the dolls have like natural like brown eyes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love her lip color. I think it's a very pretty kind of like mahogany color. I
am a fan of the sculpt.
Yeah, overall. And love fantasy hair, and it looks really intricate with those little braids and the way that the bangs. It's very unique bangs too. It's not like chopped.
They're very it is pretty unique bangs. It is really nice to see like a royal blue hair on an IT doll. You never see that.
Yeah. She does have a giant like fur coat that only one of the promo images like shows, which is
I almost forget that she
she
actually comes with a lot of stuff. I would say she might be the best like value of everything in this collection.
I like the lace work on like the bra top and like the train. It's very pretty. There's little sequences that kind of like give a little shimmer. She has little spider details on her dress too as well. Can't really tell them very well, but there's there. Yeah, she seems very popular. There's a lot of people like begging for like lottery opportunities from other collectors. It's nice to have like a full Asian line, since I feel like there's not enough Asian dolls in IT universe. And it's a welcome return of two characters that, you know, haven't been seen in a really long time.
Definitely. Yeah. I hope at some point down the line we'll get another like full like
collection.
NUFace collection. Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's a conversation. I mean, a lot of collectors were talking about is like, is Jesse being stretched too thin lately?
He's in charge of a lot.
Yeah, he's in charge of, you know, FR and NUFace and majority of like the convention collection as well. I think he really excels in like the NUFace realm. Like that's really his kind of aesthetic. We actually haven't seen FR in a really long time. I mean, it's kind of weird because FR is kind of their flagship line, and I feel like it's been kind of neglected for a long time. Yeah, I hope they, you know, like, instead of releasing these micro collections where there's only like a few dolls, maybe spend a year like just hoarding like a full line and then releasing it.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of unfortunate because, like, you know, if you sign up for the W Club and then you're not really guaranteed any like FR for NUFace, it kind of defeats the purpose of like joining the club if that's what you're collecting. I understand, like, you know, like Chris and David have their lines, but it feels like those like we always get a Poppy line, we always get an East 59th line every single year, but it feels like it's not the case with like FR or NUFace. So
that's true. I agree. Okay, so just because this came out very recently, and this is something Sang and I want to address, we did also get our 4th W Club doll for 2024, which means there's only one left for the club year. She was revealed, so we are going to share initial impressions, you know, reactions to her as well. This is Poem d'Amour, Vanessa Parin. So this is a gift set, and her price is $299. So she is essentially, you know, $300. So she comes with multiple looks. We'll kind of go look by look and just share our thoughts real quick.
Let's just talk about her first. So she's Vanessa 1.0. She's in the Japan skin tone with like copper brown hair. And the story is she's modeling for like...
Yes, and you said this is a recreation of like a Grail, Vanessa?
It's not a recreation, it's an homage to 2 older Grails.
Okay, so as always, myself and Sang are going to do our best to pronounce and probably botch French. It's an homage to Posy Sans Couleur Vanessa, who came out in 2005.
Yes, and also True Royalty. So True Royalty has that really nice copper hair.
Yeah, so basically she's in a wedding dress. It looks very similar to like a mermaid wedding dress, but it does have tiers, kind of. So there's like an upper lacy tier and the bottom tier. It's a beautiful wedding dress. I think if you're a person who loves and collects wedding dress dolls, you'd probably appreciate it. I think because everything is white, it's really hard to catch some of those more intricate details unless you look at it really closely.
I think, yeah, the photograph should have been a different color backdrop. Yeah, she has a lot of intricate details. Of course, there's that lace overlay with there's like organza underlay as well. So there's a lot of details I feel like the photos don't capture. There's some like sequence embedded into the lace as well. So there's a lot of fancy details. I'm really surprised they did not send us any rotating footage. Maybe the dress was too big to fit into like the rotator. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of wedding dresses, to be honest with you. Yeah. But it is a very voluminous dress. It's also a mermaid dress. You know how I feel about mermaid dresses. But it is a very luxe outfit.
You had one note that you mentioned you would have liked if there was another like split between, or another tier.
Yeah.
Of like the billowing out fabric. Yeah.
Yeah, just in between, so it looks less like a mermaid dress. But that's just mine. It's just me.
Yes.
And then she also has this very large veil. And the veil, Jessie said that the veil is weighted down with layers of pearls, like different shapes, different sizes of pearls. So it kind of creates more of a weighted look, which is really pretty. I'm really glad that he introduced that detail into it.
And she is also wearing a dress that I know this is inspired by a high fashion look, isn't it? This looks really familiar. This silhouette looks really familiar.
I mean, it literally is Alice's dress from the con. The giant bow with where she stick the hands in.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So she comes with a very large detachable bow that in the photograph you can style it where she can stick her hands through the bow. You don't have to. There's you can just drape it down her back.
I do like the construction of this dress. It hugs her body really well.
Mm-hmm. It gives her really large hips.
It does. Yes. Again, beautiful.
Oh, one thing we want to mention is that she comes with plastic pumps for shoes.
Ooh.
So
cardinal IT sin.
It's really nice. It's yeah. I think some collectors like it because it doesn't degrade.
That's true.
There's
that
no
is true.
issue in that field, and it looks nice.
Sometimes they snap onto the feet better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she does have a lingerie set, and it's really cute. If you look closely at it, you will notice that it's a very pale, like powdery blue. It's the one thing she has that isn't white. Or I think actually she has like a belt. The belt on her wedding dress, I feel like, is also a very pale bluish.
Yeah,
it's something blue. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people really like this lingerie set.
Yeah, it's nice.
I believe it's a new pattern. It's not something they have done before. And then the middle part, the center, has lines of ribbon that kind of creates like a corset look, which is really cute. There's some pearl accents on the front as well. It is a very well constructed boudoir.
The construction of these garments is all pretty great in terms of functionality and how they hug the doll's body. The Vanessa doll herself, it's Vanessa. it's a signature Vanessa. It feels like.
I think she's pretty. I think there are a lot of collectors who kind of like neutral nude dolls that they can redress. I think she has a very high redressability factor to her.
Yes.
In terms of like the character, we've seen Vanessa 3 times this year, including her.
Yeah.
We saw her. So there's Surrealist Gala, which is Vanessa 1.0 as well. And then we just got one from the convention, which was Lethal Rose.
Yes.
So this is our 3rd Vanessa in the club year.
Overall, there's some pretty pieces and components here. I don't think it's the most unique or interesting release in the world, and it is $300, so I'm gonna be passing on her.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't really love like wedding gift sets and whatnot. It's a very pretty gift set. I probably will end up purchasing it because I do like this Vanessa. I think of 3 that were released this year, this is probably the best one.
That's true.
I would prefer a different character. I feel like there's so many fashion royalty characters that have not made an appearance in a while. Yeah. Adele is one of them that we've been talking about quite a bit.
Poor Adele.
I know. Yeah.
Adele has been missing for a minute. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah.
I mean, I understand where Jessie is coming from. This is an homage to some Grail Vanessas. And I think she does a very nice version of something that, is unattainable at this moment. But I think, there's a lot of opportunities to have other characters. And I feel like because this year was so low on fashion royalty, having repeat characters is not the right move right now. And I understand that sometimes Jessie takes a while to design stuff, so things are released out of order or just whatever inspires him is what's comes out. But I feel like, yeah, we need some other characters, please. Like Adele, we're missing, Veronique. We haven't seen her in a while either. I know there's the other one that came out this year, but like a one for the club. I'll get her. I really love the lingerie set. I think that adds a lot of value, and then her other outfit's cute too. I don't know. I have a couple days to decide. Let me know if I should or shouldn't. Would you like see us review her? But yeah, like the flower itself, the flower that she comes with is very unique as well.
I think Say and I were talking about, I think the previous Curie gift set was more interesting and diverse in the pieces she comes with, and she was a better value.
4,
I think, yes.
And this one comes with 3, and same price. But yeah, I don't know. I think if she was released any other time of year, where like she's the only Vanessa, and there were more fashion royalty like offerings, then I think she would made a better impact. But here's it's if you've been waiting for certain characters or certain looks, and this was the only thing that's offered, I definitely understand the frustration, because I am kind of frustrated we haven't seen some of the other characters. But as a doll itself, I think she's beautiful. I think she will redress very nicely.
Oh, very versatile, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much brings us up to speed for now with all the latest IT releases. There's definitely some cool stuff here. Very curious to hear what the rest of y'all think of the recent reveals. What have you secured? What have you not secured? What are you feeling? What are you not feeling? Definitely let us know. And again, like I said, chances are we're going to be reviewing at least some of these, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast episode. Definitely let us know what you'd like to hear us discuss next as well. Give us a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye.